All right, we're recording. All right. Greetings. Thank you for viewing our poster entitled Developing a Model and Feasibility Study to Identify and Document Research and Evidence-Based Practice Opportunities with the Unique Nurse Identifier. My name is Philip Walker from the Eskin Biomedical Library at Vanderbilt University.
Hi, and I'm Kelly Aldrich from the Vanderbilt University School of Nursing. So we want to give you some background on the unique nurse identifier. And the recommendation actually started and came from 2013, the Nursing Knowledge Big Data Conference Group. They created a new work group for policy and advocacy. So when we got together, we talked about prioritizing things that would really have an impact on the profession. And we chose to focus on the unique nurse identifier to demonstrate value and contributions of nursing care to improve patient outcomes. Now, this is also sponsored by the National Council of State Board of Nursing Identification, and it has been endorsed by ANI, AMIA, HIMSS, and ANA. There are many benefits to a unique nurse identifier, and we would like to share with you one of the use cases that we created. If you would like to find materials or references, we are constantly updating the allianceni.org link that you see here, or you can search Alliance NI Unique Nurse Identifier, and you'll find lots of materials, recorded sessions, and policy statements around the unique nurse identifier. You also can look up your own unique nurse identifier at the Nursys database seen here at www.nursys.com, and you can find your own unique nurse identifier. Philip?
Thank you. The project started with a literature review in which we identified the UNI as a tool which can disambiguate nursing professionals, and also, as mentioned earlier, it can provide evidence of nursing contributions, as well as secondary research opportunities to gather data at the organizational level in relation to safety, efficiency, and effectiveness. We identified another potential use case in which, kind of from the information science world, we can look at the UNI as also a tool to be able to use to document nursing scholarship and also evidence-based initiatives at their organizations. So with that, we developed a model based upon Davenport's work on information ecology, which puts the how people create, distribute, understand, and use information at its center. It's comprised of 4 attributes: the culture, the behavior and work processes, politics, and technology. So we looked at the medical center's strategic plan as well as the nursing research agenda, and that way we were able to identify several components which form the outer layer of the model and which related to this particular project. Now, within the 3 circles within the model are all impacted and interact with each other, but they're also impacted by the outer circle attributes that we identified through the medical center's ecosystem. And so our roadmap. So with this model, we want to be able to put it in action now. And that's our next step. So one of the things we begin to do is work on a process map, which is also listed on this slide here, in which we can go ahead and now to identify use cases, also identify data sources, and begin to develop various APIs that will be needed to import into our local UNI database. We also want to try to make this as interoperable and as portable as possible should nurses move throughout various organizations. So we want to be able to look at standard terminology such as MESH and CINAHL, NANDA, as well as Omaha, et cetera, et cetera. But we also, in addition to be able to move it throughout various organizational systems, there may be a chance to be able to also import this into the nurses database as well. That's a far-reaching goal that we may possibly have. All right, Kelly.
Well, thank you, Philip. And I will tell you, since I've been on this work group since 2013, this is really exciting to me that we're actually pulling this together with a potential scalable solution. This unique nurse identifier data flow you'll see in many of our presentations, and the National Council State Board of Nursing actually created this in ways to help us understand and standardize how we see this data flow. You can take a closer examination of this. I know that Susan Alexander and Nancy Beal and myself also have a project, a poster on just the data flow, so you can view that. But Philip, I want to thank you for recognizing the opportunity and the applications for the unique nurse identifier. It is very exciting to be able to quantify the nurse's work and at scale in spite of where he or she works within the environment across the United States. So this is as nursing informaticists, you should recognize this as a true value benefit add. And it has a lot of potential. If you're interested in working at all on these sort of use cases, please contact someone from the work group, myself, Wendy Carroll, Joyce Sensmeyer, Judy Murphy. We've been at this for a while. And again, at that allianceni.org, you can see many of the references that can be referenced to use as you're exploring and also creating your own use case for the unique nurse identifier. Philip?
All right, thank you, Kelly. On behalf of the project team, we want to thank you again for viewing our poster and hope you are enjoying the 2022 ANIA conference. Thank you.